How's it going, guys? This is Captain Jen coming to you again with the Goalkeeper Highlights series, where I will analyze my performances during these games. So this week in our league, we are playing against MDFC. This is our third game. This time we are prepared for it mentally, and we're ready to go. So let's get right into it. Their attacker almost scores, but I covered the goal very well and made the angle very tight for him to score, so good performance right there. And here my defender did very well to keep the attacker away from the ball, while I went ahead to take the ball and pass it again to one of my other players. Now on this attack, I overestimated the ball trajectory, and I jumped further than what I needed to. My hands weren't really near the ball, and I tried making it clear with my legs, but that just didn't work. And their attacker was able to control the ball away from me. I would consider this as a mistake from my part, so this goal is fully my responsibility, and I should have calculated where I needed to go a bit better. Now on this attack, they went wide, and I had to keep in mind that they could either score directly or pass it to another player inside my box. So that's why I needed to be in my ready position and just try to anticipate where the ball will go most likely. So you can see with the player's eyes and body posture where they might pass or shoot, and in this case I anticipated a pass, so I successfully made it clear on this one. So this next one is not something I'm proud of. So they shot it over me, and at that time I thought it would just go over the goal. But it hit the bar and they get a rebound goal. So far they have 2 goals on me where it was fully my fault, my mistake, and this is not what a keeper wants to do during a game. But luckily these were the only goals scored on me this entire game, and I did not make any more mistakes the rest of the game. Now I always really like to emphasize on communication with your teammates, and I always notice it in my games too, but when I communicate with my team more often during a game, we are a lot less likely to concede goals and are way more likely to play a better game. And as a keeper, you always have to try and organize your team to make sure everything is going smoothly. And in this previous clip, you can see one of my defenders was blocking my vision, and I did not say anything until after the ball went out of bounds, which is not ideal, and I should have communicated to get my vision on the ball. And one thing as a keeper as well that I see a lot in myself is sometimes I do hesitate to go for the ball or to make a dive, and that's one thing that keepers should never do. You should never hesitate. Always go for the ball. Always make sure you're making that either sweeper keeper or the diving save. Now here I make the catch and I pass it to one of my players, but their attacker takes the ball and we have to be in a ready position once again. So I make a save, and again, I'm really happy that my defenders are going back really quickly, and the crossbar comes in clutch again as well. Now what happens in this next clip is not what I envision in recreational or semi-competitive soccer league formats. An attacker runs into me, but it wasn't his fault, and you may see how my leg was out to try and make a save. So this hit hurt my hip pretty much. And I wasn't really injured, but the other team clearly saw that I was on the ground with their attacker and still decided to continue playing and even tried shooting the ball on goal, which I did not see as sportsmanship and should not happen in recreational soccer. But as a keeper, if you're not injured, you have to keep going, and I still want to go ahead and try to make saves for all their shots. Almost hit my player in the face there, but always go for the clear. So in this coming clip, the guy shoots it, and I didn't really have time to react, or I didn't even dive. So if that was going on goal, that just would have gone in. Now you can see here that I call out keep to catch the ball. My defender was coming towards the ball, and I just wanted to let him know that I was going to catch it just to keep as little confusion as possible. And then I pass it to one of my players there. Perfect pass. And then you can see here that I also call out keep to go make a save. Whenever I do that, I'm just trying to intimidate the other team, just to let them hesitate. And she did hesitate actually in this one, and I was able to get the ball out of the way. As always, even if you're not sure if it's on goal or not, always go for the save. So a few things to reiterate this game on my mistakes are positioning and communication. So comparing it to the previous game, I had some improvement on communication, but that doesn't mean I can still improve. I do still need to communicate a little bit more with my team. Now a lot of my positioning mistakes were due to my injury mid-game, and I didn't have the flexibility with my hip as much as I usually have. But this analysis and the previous one did really help me quite a bit with improving my skill, and I will see you guys next week.